Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. Minnesota Lynx, Minnesota Lynx not beating New York Liberty with a healthy Breonna Stewart, bro. They got too many weapons, bro. And I know they not great at defending on the perimeter, but they're gonna be able to put up points, man. And you got to think about this. Sam didn't have a great series against Minnesota last year, so they were able to beat Minnesota with Sam not even having great games. Man, look, bro, the Liberty too big for they too big for the Lynx, bro. They too big. That's why Coach Cheryl Reed was mad that they got Messerman, because she know that's why they still weak at. Coach Cheryl Reed know, bro. She know that's why they still weak at. What I would have did was I would have hollered at Chicago and see what they wanted to do, see if they want their number one pick back. You know what I'm saying? And try to get, AR5. That's what I would have did. You know what I'm saying? I would have tried to get AR5, period. You know what I mean? I know people, man, how can they play together? Man, look, that intensity, that effort, that motor that Angel played with, I think could have been, the difference in helping them win the championship this year. I just think it's gonna be tough for them, man, because the New York Liberty got the size, man, and people, thinking, they don't have the perimeter defense, but when you funnel things into those bigs like John Quill can block shots. Phoebe's pretty good at blocking shots. I mean, using her length. But then you got Breonna Stewart, who can get 3 rebounds. I mean, not 3 rebounds, but like 3 blocks a game. Her and John Quill both can get those blocks. So it's not like you want to just go in and not have no presence when you come into that lane and come into that cup. With Breonna Stewart and John Quill Jones. So, while their perimeter defense might not be the best with Lane and Hamilton not being there, they still have size to come over to rotate and help, on those drives. So, right now, man, I'm still thinking, New York Liberty will beat the Minnesota Lynx. The one thing that the Lynx got going for them is they possibly have home court advantage. But like I said, man, I still think the Liberty is too big for the Minnesota Lynx. That's just my viewpoint. That's my opinion. And I'm sticking with it right now. I still think, I think once the playoffs come in, once the playoffs start, I think the New York Liberty gonna turn it up another notch. Right now they just